Now that doctor is joining us, Dr. Olusola Olatunbosi, all the way from Osun State, who happen to be a businessman, have been going to banks to get facility, but they have issue with that 27.50% interest rate from central. So let's hear from Dr. Michael how they have been faring. Majority of them in that corridor of going to bank to seek credit facility, and they are being joined right now. Doctor, a very good day to have you on the show.
Yeah, good afternoon, and thank you for having me.
All right, so let's get down to the issue. Doc, 27.50 interest rate. You are a businessman, and you know how business is run. But how has this interest rate, impacted your business? Share your experience with us, sir.
I think the 27.5 is the MPC rate.
Exactly.
The rate you get is higher than that. The bank will still add like 5 or 6%. They will still add like 5 or 6%. So you are in the 30s. That is not the rate for business. It's not the rate for production. It's not the rate for manufacturing. Maybe it could be the rate for trading, but for long-term investment, it is not. It is still not okay.
Interesting. But let's quickly take a look at some of the arguments that have been put forward, because a lot of economists are saying at this point in time, after maintaining a rate for 1 year, it is time for the Central Bank of Nigeria to come down from their high horse, I would say, literally, from the high horse, in the sense that they should come down a bit so that businessmen like you and others can benefit from interest rate mechanism of the Central Bank. So, Bob, what's your take on this? Coming down from the 27.50, what do you think will happen if they do come down from that high point?
It is desirable that interest rates come down, but we must also look at the ecosystem, right? Like it has been kept up for control of the inflation rate, isn't it?
Exactly.
And the inflation rate is still high. So I am not very optimistic that they are going to do anything like cutting down on this MPC rate. I am not optimistic because at 21%, you can't say, we are within a comfortable range for inflation. If it is 2 to 5%, you can say, okay, inflation rate is, it has come down, so interest rates can also come down. So I'm not very optimistic. I think we still need to, be prudent for some time before they can begin to take, such decisions of cutting the MPC rates.
Now, talking about your stand, because of looking at other aspects of the economy, I wish you believe that this may not go well if they do cut down. But take a look at some of the arguments that people have put up, particularly sound Nigerian economists. They said, for instance, we're going to record 41.77 billion US dollar reserve. That should give a signal to Central Bank of Nigeria to tamper, what would you call it, to tamper with it a little and bring it down to about 50 or 70. But you are saying that it is not right. But looking at the argument they are putting forward, is it not right at this point to look at the argument, look at the figure on ground, talking about the Nigerian external reserve, and have a reduction of the rate?
You see, the inflation rate coming down is still very fragile. The management is still fragile because of the factors that brought it down. Okay, talk about food inflation, for instance. We know that government imported a lot of food items. So if you're bringing down cost by importation, I don't think that is, there's stability in that. So it is still not, it is not a stable environment for them to begin to cut. That's the way I see it. I know things are tough, but I'm very optimistic. If a poor man has little money, he now say he has money. How much is $40 billion for a nation in foreign reserve? China has much more than that. No, you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
it has much more. So we must look, I mean, to other ways. And if we have suffered this much, let's just go through the cycle and complete it and see that things begin to come down naturally, not forced inflation rates that we're having now.
I'll also put you on this particular word that you just used, the circle. The circle for many other businessmen is that this circle of maintaining 27.50 must come down. You know, they believe that if it comes down, it will also reduce the influence and pressure on inflation, particularly the cost of production, as we are putting it out there. But for you also a business, we are saying that let's take a look at the circle and ensure that it was not done in a way that it is like force, but rather let it be done naturally based on economic phenomenon and principles. But how do you think others who have believed that this must come down will feel if CBN still maintain this 27.50 or even take it more higher than what it is today?
You see, I believe in maybe letting people that we are giving the job to do it, right? Like we are taking a lot of hard decisions, isn't it?
Exactly.
Very difficult decisions. It is desirable for us to have subsidies, isn't for fuel, isn't it? But it is not okay for the economy. So if the CBN thinks, look, let us have still 27.5% maybe for another day and see how it on the economy, I think let's allow them to do it. Like, I mean, it's leadership. If they say, okay, we have been surviving, you know, you get what I'm saying, and we have seen the positive impact from 34%, bringing it down to 21. It is progress. Let us continue to progress. You see, when you look at parameters, like I am a vet, so if you have a problem with your patient, you look at the physiological parameters. When you come with an intervention, maybe like surgery, the parameters might get worse. But when you begin to manage and begin to see improvements in the heart rate, the temperature, the pulse, they are tending towards normal. You maintain and it is going to take time. We have seen progress, isn't it? Foreign reserve has come up, inflation rate has come down. So if the CBN that is taking the decision is saying that, okay, we still need to do this, let us wait. We'll get there. It's desirable for the interest rate for everybody now to come to 5%. If you say, okay, go to the bank, they'll give you 5%. But if the environment cannot sustain that, what do you do? Let us keep on following the leadership of the CBN, because
all right, we have a network freeze there. I hope Dr. will be able to join us back, talking about leadership of the CBN need to take a drastic decision, talking about the MPC, MPR rate. But for Doctor, it's not about cutting down the interest rate that is the issue, but rather let's look around our environment and see what is happening to our microeconomy indicators and all that has happened in the last 1 year when we maintain 27.50%. Talking about what has happened, we have seen inflation dropping. We're also seeing the purchasing manager also rising, but food inflation is still maintaining a bit of highness, double digit for us. But for Doctor, this is not the time to rush into cutting, but rather let's take a critical analysis of our environment and see if the environment can allow the cut in rate. The next question I want to put to Doc is this, that many have also said at this point in time, Naira has performed very, very wonderful. So can't that also guarantee a rate cut by the CBN? And also looking at what is happening globally, all central banks across the world are cutting down rates. So what happened to our own? Why can't we also cut down our rate? The environment are different. US environment economy is different. UK environment economy is different, and the infighting economic indicators are also different. What is happening to Nigeria economy is quite different from what is happening to US economy in terms of the disadvantage, the deficit, and the rest of them. But from what doctor is saying at this point in time, even though he's a businessman, he's not optimistic that CBN will call down the rate, because last 1 year, progress has been achieved by what has been done with the 27.50. I'm told that doctor is back. Doc, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
So let me ask you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, very well. But let me ask you a follow-up question to what you have said so far. In your own view, if CBN would take a decision to cut down the rate, what level of cutting down are you expecting? Let's say they decide to cut down. Is it 50% cut down or 70% cut down?
Based on the kind of improvement we have had, I think the improvement is minimal, right?
Yes.
So I also expect a minimal cut. It does. The cut also is not going to be so much. Maybe in the range of from 27 to 25.
I think what you have suggested is what my last guest also suggested, between 25 to 50. And I could authoritatively say that CBN on their part have been maintaining a 25% cut. From the first day Dr. Yemi Cardoso took over the affair of Central Bank of Nigeria, he has been doing that between 25 and 50, and that has been working for him. And you also putting out that 25 to 27 will be better. And we just hope that CBN, the MPC meeting are listening, or they are watching, because a lot of suggestions have gone forward in this regard. But before I let you go, what do you have to tell your business community who want a rate cut, at least even up to 100%? But what do you have to tell them, your business community?
Is that they must be realistic. They must be realistic. You see, when you are planning, I mean, you're either pessimistic, optimistic, or realistic. In very difficult economic terrain that, I mean, as we have now, you must be you must do realistic planning based on what, I mean, you think is going to come. I mean, your expectation shouldn't be too, I mean, don't expect too much now.
Interesting. So
you shouldn't expect too much now. Yes.
Exactly. So I think we'll leave it like that. All business community in Nigeria should not expect too much from the Central Bank of Nigeria, particularly as economists are suggesting they should do a 50, 70, or 25% cut. And just like what Doctor has said, the 27% cut will also go well, but we should expect too much from them. Doc, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
All right, so enjoy the rest of your day over there in Oshogbo.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, sir.